Hello, 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 my beautiful people. I hope everybody had a great Tuesday, a great start to their week. We are coming up on um, Valentine's Day. And so before I get into it, I want to just say I'm getting so close to my 4,000 watch hours. I believe I have probably about 120 watch hours to go. So if y'all can pick a playlist and kind of just let it run for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Watch my videos all the way through so I can get the complete full credit view for it. I greatly appreciate it. So, y'all know since probably like end of October, November, I've been doing a lot of jewelry hauls. I kind of ditched my sneakers to the side um, for my jewelry buying. Um, and I bring y'all these videos. Like, I seen a lot of YouTube videos where people ask to see other, people's collections. And so, being that I do love jewelry, I've been wearing jewelry since probably like middle school. I got it honestly because my mother loves jewelry and my father's people loves jewelry. I have several pieces like rings and earrings and stuff that was I inherited from my grandmother and my great grandmother on my father's side. So being a lover of jewelry is I got it honestly from both sides, but I know some of the pieces are a lot of money. They are. And those type of pieces, I save as my gifts from my husband, like Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, my husband always buy me jewelry, and it's basically Pandora jewelry. But this year, when I found different stuff like the hand chains, I was like, you know what? Because Pandora ain't coming out with nothing new when it comes to the all gold, because it's so expensive. So it's not something that people tend to go to all the time. And so they have limited their all gold pieces a whole lot since they have came about, um basically to like one tray. And it is expensive. When you see a lot of people going into Pandora, they just buying the silver pieces, or they're checking for their rose gold pieces, and those are pretty. But at the end of the day, at some point, the rose gold plated finish is going to wear off. It's plated over silver, and that's not what I want. If I wanted silver, I get silver. So that's why I tend not to waste my money on pieces like that. I wasted my money one time on some plated jewelry, and it was that Annie and Alex, and that stuff is expensive. And my thing is, if you can afford to go and spend $100, $200 on some plated mess that's gonna turn on you, just save your money up and buy solid gold, or look at gold filled, and just study, jewelers who say they have good quality gold filled pieces, and just study on look at the jewelry care on how to keep your gold filled pieces looking good. Gold filled is not gold plated. It's gold, but it's real gold, and it's a thick layer of gold over. Most of them put it over brass, like jeweler's brass. Whereas gold plated is some gold plated is not real. If you listen to some fine jewelers that do gold plated, they'll say their gold plate is real. It's just a very thin layer of gold, most likely over brass. So it's going to turn at some point, probably sooner than later. And then some cheap plate places, of gold filled is not gold at all. It's just gold colored, over brass or whatever. And then you have vermeil, which is a thin layer of gold over sterling silver. Most places that do vermeil is gold over sterling silver. It will change because the layer of gold is thin, but it's over sterling silver and not brass. So that's another cheap alternative. But just to get back to my point, I kind of do these videos and bring them to you so you kind of get some ideas. Like I said, my expensive pieces, those I save for my gifts, like Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, you know and then the inexpensive pieces, I buy for myself, and I just look at certain study and look at certain vendors or jewelry spots, whether it's a small business or it's online, just to kind of see, where they at, how their pieces are. I bought y'all Shop HQ. They've been around for years. They used to be called Shop NBC, where NBC owned them. They sold it years ago. I used to buy a lot of stuff from them. Some of the jewelers are still with them. I think even one of the ladies is still with them, and now she's come out with her own jewelry line. But um, pieces like this, this is white gold over yellow gold, so it's rhodium plated, and I could already see the yellow gold starting to come through, but it's still gold. This is 18 karat gold, and this was cheap. It was on sale because I think this probably came out a year ago or so, and they just trying to, before they start putting the new stuff out, I think in the spring, they trying to get rid of all of the stuff they had from last year. So you wait for a sale. The holidays come around like Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They running Christmas deals, and they do 20% off on top of the sale. Some of them be on clearance where they do 25%, 20% off on the clearance. And that's when I go in and get pieces like this. So I think this cost me like 60 something dollars. This right here, I think was like $40. Again, I used the sale code for it. I used the 20% off on this, and I think this had been on sale for ever, and this maybe had cost me about $100, if that. These right here were on clearance. Again, this is from the same people this is from, and these went on clearance, and I think these were like $64 each, and these are 18 karat gold, uh, 18 karat yellow gold with a white rhodium plate over it. That's how all white gold for the most part is made, is rhodium plated with is rhodium to make yellow gold white. This one I got, it was a sale price on it, but it was pretty expensive. But it was a piece that I bought for myself, along with the bangle. I bought for myself with Shop HQ. They have value pays where you pay a certain amount every month. So say this was, I think this ring was like $600 or something like that, with 20% off. And so what you do is the first payment, you'll pay the tax, the shipping, and the first payment. So my payment on this for the next, well, I'll be done paying for it next month, but this is like $86 a month. The first payment I think was like 100 and some because you got to pay the taxes and the shipping on it. So this was like $86 a month. You know, again, I got like 15 to 20% off the price. Um, these right here is from Catbird, and these are all my MIDI rings. And with Catbird, they have Afterpay. So, doy. So I did use Afterpay to get these, although you still got to pay it within a month. It's not like once a month like Shop HQ, but I used Afterpay, to get these, so the hurt is not so brutal on you out the door. You just got to make sure you have the money for those next 3 payments which are like the first 2 weeks, two payments, and then the next 2 weeks, the last two payments are done. Ruby Stellar, you have to pay for straight up. Silly Shiny, you have to pay for straight up. Those were my expensive gifts from my husband. This is Valentine's Day. My hand bracelet. And then the heart bracelet was a gift to myself. Um, Doggone it, I can't. It's sliding up under my bangle. But it was a gift to myself, and you could go back and watch that video. This heart bracelet right here, I saw it when I bought her hand chain, and I said, you know what? I like those little heart bracelets. And I got me a little money, and I went on ahead and I purchased it. Um, all my bracelets on this hand I purchased myself, because I was able to pay for it monthly. Kind of like, a credit card. You pay on it monthly, but it's no interest on it. So it's interest free when you shop HQ. So, even though Valentine's Day is in 3 days, and it may be a tad bit late to get something unless you don't mind waiting till afterwards. I know Ruby Stella is having her 25% off up until Valentine's Day. She does have some inexpensive pieces, again, like the little heart chain. I think with the Valentine's Day discount, it was like 264 or something like that. Actually, I had to pay because I had to get it the extension, so it was like 311, and I paid for the express shipping, which was $20. But you don't have to pay that if you don't mind waiting. But her Valentine's Day goes up to the 14th. The young lady, I believe, who had this bottom bracelet with the little stones, I think she ended hers probably today. And she was saying she's not going to have any more sales for a while. So I'm thinking Mother's Day. Um, Shop HQ, again, you can do value pays if you qualify for it. They do have some still inexpensive pieces, and if you are a first time buyer, you do the welcome 15 and you get 15% off. So they still trying to run some deals. You know what I'm saying? On Shop HQ. So yeah, I bring y'all this stuff so y'all could start planning. I don't just jump up and buy this stuff. I have to. Especially my expensive pieces, I research first to see who got the best deals, who got the best one that I want. Like I kept looking for the diamond hand chain, and finally I found Shani from Silly Shiny Diamonds. Um, she's all the way in Israel, but as far as like cost and quality, she had the best one, you know. And she's a good business lady, even though she's in Israel. She about her business, and her customer services and everything was on point, as with her reviews on Etsy, So I definitely will be buying from her again. Y'all know I'll be buying from Ruby Stella. And I'll definitely be shopping with Shop HQ. So, that's why I do these videos, to kind of give y'all ideas, anywhere from low end to high, mid range. I ain't going to say high because there's some out there that's really expensive, but to mid range, and you plan it. You don't just pop up the month of February and say, hey, honey, unless you got it like that. I want a $2,000 bracelet, or I want a $900 bracelet. You have to plan. That's what I do. I already put it in my husband's head a couple of months before. If when the holiday coming up, this is what I want. So it won't be no ifs, ands, or surprises, and he prepares for it and plans for it, you know. And so, the little inexpensive stuff, that's just stuff you can buy on your own, when you want to treat yourself, like these little rings, for $100 or $60 or whatever. So, anywho, this has been 15 minutes. I'm going to get up out of here. Just wanted to bring out a little bit of something on why I do these jewelry haul vids with you, just to kind of give you some ideas, and you can plan, and also to bring you companies that you can shop with, um, without being nervous that these people are going to take your money and run, and just giving you my experience with these companies, with these fine jewelry companies. So, with that being said, y'all enjoy y'all Wednesday. And until next time, peace.